So could RFK Jr. and his army of MAHA moms be the secret sauce for a Republican upset? Politico and The Hill writing that some Dems are worried that wildcard Kennedy could sway voters thanks to popular moves like removing synthetic dyes from foods. Kennedy is traveling the country ahead of this year's elections and pitching his new campaign to take back Americans' health. And I just want to say, I was looking at Instagram. It might not have been Anne Hathaway who was crying. Apparently, it might not have been.
It was Mrs. Hathaway.
It was the other Hathaway?
From Beverly Hillbillies.
It was the other Hathaway. Sorry about that. I don't know if this is a real thing that people feel about the midterms, Kaylee, but maybe I'm wrong.
No, I agree with your hesitation there. I mean, look, it is popular. I saw KFF 8 and 10 don't want synthetic dyes in food. You know, I think there is broad agreement on this food idea from Democrats and Republicans. But the idea that it's a wedge issue like the trans issue, which did move the electorate by almost 3 percentage points, I think it's a big issue. I think you should talk about it in the midterms, but I'm not sure it's the issue that moves the electorate.
But he is going to be out there campaigning, Jessica. He's going to go out and talk about, I mean, we'll wait and see what his stump speech is like, but he's committed to trying to help President Trump keep the House and the Senate in the midterms.
Yeah, it's a mixed bag. Listen, I know a lot of moms in particular that were persuaded by this and saying, like, why haven't we been talking about this? They're like, we think about this all the time, and the Democrats need to talk about it more. There were a couple of synthetic dyes that were actually banned under the Biden administration. Like, we could all do this. But if he's out on the campaign trail, the anti-vax stuff is going to be the major talking point, or telling pregnant women that they can't have Tylenol when they're pregnant, which is absolutely not true, unfounded. And I think that he's more of a liability in that direction than a positive in the synthetic dyes.
Maybe he'll challenge women to a pull-up contest.
Well, exercise does cure depression. Jessica's been bullying me, and this morning I did a bunch of pull-ups and I felt much better. And that is a scientific fact. He is the most popular member of the cabinet. He is the most second popular politician in the country. He is more popular than AOC, Gavin Newsom, Joe Biden. You have to deploy this guy. No, second to Trump. Trump's number one. Talking favorabilities, Jessica. I'm surprised you don't know your own polling. But what he's done is he's un-Michelle Obama'd the school lunch program. You can actually have meat on Mondays now. He did the food dye phase out. He took away the candy and the soda pop. I said soda pop from food stamps. The baby formula, which I'm sure you support, Jessica. It's not any more of that like liquid. I'm not going to go there. And no COVID vaccine for toddlers. I don't see how that's controversial. This guy is a weapon. Deploy him.
And he said soda pop, but nothing about corn pop.
Oh, I miss corn pop. Remember those days. I think, you know, we talked about internet dads. It is time for the moms. Like, I think the moms have kind of been a little slow to what's been going on around this world. The moms weren't, you know, they kind of missed on the trans stuff. They missed on the health and food stuff. The woke capitalized on empathy, but it was empathy without rules or facts. And now we got to get the moms back in the picture to show you that you can't have empathy, but with responsibility and for the right people. That means for, you know, young women and people and victims as opposed to the people who victimize. That's what I think, Jessica.
Beautiful.
Beautiful. Wow.
Really won her over.
Yeah. All right, we will wrap that one.
Click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You won't get it anywhere else.